Hey, hey, hey. Spread your heart, that's more than a name. It's love in motion, it's purpose with flame. From pain to power, yeah, we flip that art plan. Hope in the streets, let it bloom from the heart. Orange and lime with the purple glow. Healing out loud so the whole world knows. We don't just talk it, we live that part. Open your hands, now spread your heart. Now spread your heart.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Spread This Space Network, a platform built by the community for the community. It's your girl, China, and I'm back for another interview. As you guys know, if you're not familiar with our channel, the Spread the Space Network is home to many entrepreneurs, business owners, organizations, creatives of all sorts, and we come together, share our resources, and share our compassions for the community. So today, I'm here with the executive director and founder of a growing safe haven for young girls and women in Hillsborough County, Florida, offering gateways for outreach, individuality, and sacred transformation. Divine Destiny Center is a growing nonprofit organization empowering girls through development and mentorship. Today, I'm introducing Miss Kimberly Jackson.
Oh, thank you for having me here. This is really special to me, and excited to come out and share exactly what Divine Destiny Center does and what we bring to the community.
Absolutely, and I'm very happy that you are here today. We are extremely honored as a Spread Your Heart collective for allowing us to even exercise our artistic capabilities, our skills, and even just utilizing our platform. It does mean a lot. So I did want to kind of just jump into it, and let's start with Divine Destiny Center. Go ahead and talk more about what you guys do in your services.
Okay, so I'm going to read off of here because this is so much more than just an organization. This is who I am. So that I may stay focused, I'm going to give you the core of Divine Destiny Center. The Divine Destiny Center is a restoration and empowerment nonprofit. It is committed to young girls and women, and we are here to help them recognize their value, their potential, and their ability to thrive. This comes from a space where I was going into women prisons. I was into foster homes. I was into battered shelters for women. And I realized that, a lot of times you can go into these facilities and we think we know what they need or what they want, but it's something different when you're able to sit down with a young lady and sit down with a woman that has been battered, and they can tell you the things that they had to go through. So from that alone, it really expanded the vision for what we do. So we are heavily on mentorship, personal development, confidence building, decision-making skills, and life readiness. Again, a lot of the women were experiencing things in their life where they didn't have the confidence and they didn't think that they can make it. So we were able to open that up for them and walk beside them and show them that they can be everything they wanted to be, and with no judgment. That was key. That was key for all that we do. There is no judgment, and people need to know that they're not being judged, that someone is authentically here to help them move forward. So Divine Destiny Center is that space. We have created a safe space where individuals feel seen, supported, encouraged to grow to be the best version of themselves. So that is really the heartbeat of what we do.
I love that. That is so beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. And it's super important, especially in today's society, to have more women leading the young women, because with social media and so much control and things being impressionable for our young ladies, it's easy to become misguided. And a lot of our new generation of adults are the millennials, are, within my age group, that may have also been failed somewhere in that line, and now we're raising girls, and then the cycle continues. Mm-hmm. So it does take a community. It takes a stand-up leader, a stand-up person to say, hey, I recognize this problem, and we have to put a stop to it together. Yeah. Absolutely. I love that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. We love what we do. Again, it's more than just a community service or an outreach. It is who we are. And we definitely want to give back to the young girls and the women.
I love that. I love that. So talk a little bit about what the girls achieve when completing your program. What are some of the things they receive?
Well, man, I tell you, we've seen some transformation with our girls. We've had several girls come in very shy. Parents would describe them as introverts, not open, didn't feel like they fit in the groups in schools, and they had so much potential, and but just did not fit in with the group. And like you said, you have the social media, you have all of these things, and so it makes them feel like they have to be something else. And so what we've seen with our girls in this program, that they are walking in confidence. They realize that who they are is who they are, and it's okay. And that was one of the things that we want them to understand, that you bring something to the table just as you are.
Yeah.
You don't have to change to try to be someone else. Walk in who you are with your authentic self. And they found their spaces. They found that I do bring something to the table. And it's okay if you don't fit in every circle. And that was important for a lot of our girls, because they were trying so hard to fit in these spaces that was just not benefiting them. So now they learn how to find their own communities and walk in that confidence. And to see some of our girls now, we have one that went off to college, totally quiet. When she came in, her parents were like, pretty much, she don't fit in, she don't talk, all of these things. This girl is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And her parents knew that. They just needed a space where they can be themselves.
Yes.
Where no one is trying to force them to be someone else.
Yes.
And that is so important when it comes to kids. You mentioned it earlier, because they are always just bombarded with so much with social media, and they are trying to take on all these other personalities. And they realize, I don't have to. And I'm in a space, they build sisterhood, with other girls. And it just really gives them that confidence in knowing I am okay the way that I am. And that's important to us.
Yes.
So,
absolutely. Oh, I love that. That is so inspiring. Speaking of which, how has the stories and the testimonies of the young women that you have supported inspired you or impacted you?
well, they have been, in the last 3 years, I think I was faced with more thoughts of, maybe we shouldn't do this anymore, honestly. And then one of the girls, you'll see the transformation. You'll have a phone conversation with one of the parents. You'll see how their grades increase. They got better. You see them more involved in things, being able to come to our sessions and open up. That was my motivation. That has been our motivation, because I believe that, and I'm sure you've experienced those dry areas where you wonder, should I keep doing this? Like, are we really making a difference? Like, because there are so many programs out here, and you see things that are similar, and you wonder, am I really making a difference? And then you see and talk to the parent and talk to the girls, and they said, no, Miss Kim, we really want to be here, and that is our motivation. It keeps us going month after month, year after year. They have been our motivation. And again, just to see the change and the testimonies, that's huge for us.
Yeah, I know you mentioned, the young lady who was more introverted and, and really started blossoming within your organization. But is there a specific moment through your journey that really stood out to you, that put a stamp of approval on where you are and what you're doing? That was okay. This is reassurance that I'm in the right path.
We had another testimony. It's always our testimonies of our girls. And we have had girls come through the program that they were just in a rough space personally, trying to find their identity. And so in those times, knowing that they can come in with whatever that is heavy on their hearts, whatever those challenges are, and to see the shift. It wasn't that they were confused. They just needed to know it was okay, or be reminded of all the great qualities that they had to offer. And sometimes the focus is on the negatives, and they needed to be in a space where we can focus on the positive and let it drown out the negatives. Yeah. And that's the things that has really, we've seen through the different workshops, the different activities, even the simple things of us just taking them to the mall and spending time with them. We've seen the shift in them understanding and grabbing a hold of their identity. Yeah. And understand that I do have a purpose here. And that alone has been an eye-opener, realizing it doesn't have to be this big grand thing that you're doing. Mm-hmm. People just need to know that you care. Yeah. And it makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. It does. It does. I always say within the Spread Your Heart organization, or just in general, as a leader myself, a little tiny gesture of love goes such a long way. It goes miles. Mm-hmm. And love can be so subjective. Mm-hmm. It's not uniform at all, you know. And there's so many ways to show love and care and kindness, or even that you acknowledge somebody. That goes a long way too, because a lot of people struggle, feel seen and heard, like you said. So just saying, "Hey, I see you. I recognize you. I recognize what you're going through, and we hear you." That goes miles as well, because some people they feel misunderstood because they feel like, you know, my problems are my problems and I have to continue on in life. Mm-hmm. and we're supposed to suck it up and, you know, put on our big girl panties and just go handle our business. And we avoid addressing whatever it is that is really deep down bothering us, because society makes us feel like, you know, being vulnerable can equal being weak. Mm-hmm. So it's really important that we show love to our community members, so they know how to love themselves, and they're more gentle on themselves and patient with themselves.
And we found out too, even when you were saying that, I was thinking about when we're talking about the safe space and how that's so important to create that in different ways that you can do that, because we do open it up for the girls to be able to talk about personal things. When it's something that's super, like, we need to address with the parent, that's one thing that really has helped us with our program over the years. We not only work with the girls, but we work alongside of their parents. Mm-hmm. We come in the middle. We need to be the mediator between the parent and the daughter. Another thing, while you mentioned earlier about some of the things that we've done, the young lady that I talked about that was an introvert and very quiet, support is key. They need to see this. So when she graduated from here in Tampa, she moved back home, which was in Texas, right? Mm-hmm. And so, well, she actually, I think she moved back. I'm trying to get it together here. I think she went back up to Texas before she graduated, and she graduated there. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, the moral to the story of that is, we all flew to Texas to her graduation.
Really?
Oh, and she was in the program here in Tampa, but when her mother told us that she, you know, everything, we set our plans, we all flew up to Texas just for her graduation. To let her know our support goes beyond you just being here in Tampa with us. Our support, and we walk with them even after they leave the program. So now she's in college, and we reach out to her if she ever needs anything. For her, we're there. She knows she can call us and ask, and we're there.
That is amazing. So, that is really amazing. I know she cried. I know you guys all cried.
Yes, we were so excited just to see her graduate and just the whole thing.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So let's kind of pick apart a little bit more just the root and the cause of some of the issues that we're having in society. So I know we talked about a little bit some of the causes of just generational trauma. That's a big one. You know, when the parents aren't okay, the kids aren't okay, and then social media influence is a really big issue. But what do you think, in your personal opinion, is the real root of the cause of all these broken homes?
I think too nowadays it's a little different than maybe when I grew up. I'm older than you, but the parents had more time to commit to the raising children.
Yes, yeah.
Now you find the mother, she may be working 2 jobs to support the children. That's a lot. So a lot of times these kids are, and I believe, let me put a plug right there, I feel like the parents are doing the best that they can in this season, and things are so expensive, so they're having to work 2 or 3 jobs, do all this extra stuff, and they may not have the time that it takes to pour into the children like they want to. Then you have schools. The classrooms are overcrowded. They're just falling through the cracks.
Yeah.
They're literally falling through the cracks. The teachers, no disrespect, you have younger teachers, much younger, not maybe 5 or 6 years older than some of the teenage girls. So there's a lot of things that can fall through the crack there, because we had, you had that teacher, Miss Smith, that was like a grandmother that would straighten you out in a minute. We still need those teachers. We need those people.
Absolutely.
And so some of the younger generation, they're on social media just as much as the children are on social media. And so I think that we're maybe missing some of that wisdom from the older people, that's necessary. I also feel like there's, some of the parents and the mothers, there's so many single homes where it's just a mother raising 2 or 3 children, and she's trying her best. But that's where it's so important with us when we also work with women, with our women programs, because they need help too.
Yeah.
They deal with mental, things that they need to talk through, so that they can continue to be strong for the children. Because as a parent, we can lose ourselves once we start having children. It's all about them.
Yeah.
And sometimes we forget about us. So I think there's a lot of things that we could work on. And I really think, to build the family as a whole, not just the children, but the parents. So the whole unit is healthy. And sometimes we focus on just one part, and the other part is not. And you can come, and I say this all the time, we can work with these girls, and we can build them up. But then if they have to go back home, and that atmosphere is the same, and we're not able to offer the help necessary in the home, then what are we doing at the end of the day? That's when anyone. So I think that if we can focus on the full unit, then we can see a big change.
Absolutely. I love that. Beautifully said. And it's so funny you said teacher's name, Miss Smith, because I had a teacher named Miss Smith that was also an impactful player in my youth. And that was like my grandma at school. That lady did not play. She put a tail to everybody's behind. She was an amazing educator. Shout out to Miss Yolanda Smith. So that's really funny you said that, because I got a Miss Smith in my life too. So let's talk about mental health a little bit, because you mentioned mental health and not just prioritizing the children, but also the families in the household unit as well. So what are some ways that Divine Destiny Center prioritizes mental health and provides those services?
Well, one of the things is we like to even mention the word mental health. Like, we don't talk about that a lot. Like, growing up, we didn't talk about it. You didn't hear about it. So just opening that conversation. Like, what is mental health? You'll be surprised that we think we hear a word all the time and people know what that is.
Yeah.
And that's not always the case. And especially when it comes to children, a lot of times when you hear mental health, they think that means something's wrong with you.
Yes.
Like the kids would say, you're slow. They don't want to be criticized. But mental health is so much more than what a lot of people, share. And so we're still learning about mental health. I'm not a mental health specialist, but I know that there is so much more that we need to learn about mental health, how it affects us, how it affects some of the ways that we're seeing, some of the things we may see the girls do, their behaviors, different things like that. So with us, we do try to focus on month on mental health. My goal is always to bring in specialists, people that specialize in certain areas, so that we're not just going out here and pulling Chat GPT and we're going to Google some information about mental health. But it is our goal to bring people in that has taken the time out to study about mental health. So the girls, and we like to have a space, again, for them to ask questions. Like questions that they don't feel comfortable asking at school, with their parents, with their friends. If it needs to be a one-on-one question, we have a box that we keep in the room for the girls. And it's two-part. So if there's a question, of course, if there's a prayer they want us to pray about, we always put those prayers in there. But if there's something that they want to ask, they can ask that and we can address it. Another thing we work on, we do, it's called Girl Talk. One of the ladies that's on the board, we do Girl Talk. It's on Zoom, and it's a check-in. So what we did is we check in with them on a Wednesday. So we figure, okay, that's midweek. Let's see how you're doing in case we need to make some adjustments to close the week out, better than the way it started. But that also gave us a space where they would come in on the check-in and release. When I say 13-year-olds, when I say release, everything. They surprise me every time. I never know what they're going to talk about, but they know they can.
That's beautiful.
And so I think a lot of mental health also is creating that space. So they're not bombarded with all this heaviness, and they're able to release it and move forward and talk it out. So I think that's definitely key for us. So yeah, that's what we do for the mental health. We create spaces for them to be able to deal with some things and bring in some specialists.
Yes.
So they could talk it out.
I love that message. And that is even something for the viewers to take on. If you're dealing with mental health, or you know that maybe you're feeling something but you just can't identify it, first and foremost, talk to somebody.
Yes.
Go to a specialist. Therapy is not what you think. It's not a couch for somebody to tell you how crazy you are. It's not. It's just for somebody to hear you. I recommend going and talking to somebody. And most importantly, if you don't feel like talking to a therapist, find a community. Find a group like Divine Destiny Center that is just there, that is available, is accessible, and where you're just safe to just be yourself and be heard. So don't be afraid to reach out, for sure, and lean on your community. Which brings me to my next point. How has the community been supportive of your movement?
Well, we have the Divine Destiny Center. We are in our eighth year in the community with the programs. Again, we focus tonight on the programs and not the other things that we do, so kind of want to stay in that vein. But they have supported us. We've had people come and support us over the years. We would host different events for the community, as we spoke about before, and we've seen great support. We need more support, of course. Of course, we need more support. You can't go wrong with even more support. We need more support, even if it's just like we're doing now, sharing information, things like that, letting other people know that we're here and we're available and what we offer, and things of that nature. But
what is the next milestone for you guys? What is the big project that you guys are working on? An event? What's next?
Our next milestone is we want to start offering camps for our girls. So we want them to be specific camps that focus on different things. So for instance, another thing that we do is we like to bring professionals in. I like to bring we sit down and we ask the girls, what is it that you want to do when you grow up, right?
Yeah.
So when we find out what that is, then I can go out and reach out to people that are actually in that field and let them come and talk to them. Why? Because a lot of times, we're all dreaming of, I want to do this, until someone comes and tells you, okay, well, that's going to take 8 years of college. And you're like, whoa,
Yeah.
I don't think I want to do that now.
Yeah.
But that's just to give them the real picture of what that might look like. So now what we want to do is create camps. So this year we're going to do our first camp, and we want to, again, focus and hone in on specific things. So if it is about entrepreneurship, we want that camp to be specializing in that space. Or it might be some of the girls, they want to go into the beauty field, whether it's nails, hair. So we want to have people come in from that and have a camp that specializes in that. Why? Not only for them to listen, but hands-on, so they can learn about the nails. They can play around with some hair, things like that, maybe braid each other's hair, different things like that. So we want to bring some hands-on camps for the girls this year, and super excited. First time for us doing that. So it's a lot that we're learning.
Yeah.
So keep us in prayer, but
Absolutely.
definitely, yeah, we're super excited about the
Absolutely.
camps, and so
Yes.
that's our next adventure.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be exciting. Oh yeah, oh yeah. My last question on mental health. What does it mean to you, but specifically for your organization, to be mindful?
Mindful of, that's a huge
It
word.
is. It is subjective. But when you hear mindfulness, what resonates with you?
When I hear mindfulness, I think of individuals. I think sometimes we try to put everyone in one bubble. And I've learned over the years, not only through this, but what I'm doing with Divine Destiny Center is something I've been doing with women over 25 years, and that's mentoring women. So I had to learn that I can't put people in one circle, in one bubble. We're individuals. And I think when I think about mindfulness, I think about individuals. We have to learn to be mindful of individual person and their issues and challenges in their everyday life. I can't try to fix you with something that I use for everyone. I need to sit down and deal with this person individually and say, listen, this is all about you. I want to hear your story, your struggle, your journey. I want to be mindful of what means something to you, not what I think it should mean. Not what it meant to the next person, but be mindful of that person that's in front of you. Be mindful of them. It's okay. And it may take some patience. It's going to take a lot of patience. But again, yeah, and it takes time. Yeah. It does take, because we want to have just a program that fits everybody.
Yeah.
But it don't.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So that was nice. That was beautiful. That was really moving, because when I hear mindful, you don't always think individual. So it definitely puts it into another perspective about others. I think when people hear mindful, they think of their own mind. They think of themselves first. And I think that's what makes you an amazing leader, is that that's not the first thought in your mind. You're always considering how you can make the human experience better for the next person. And that really contributes to the success of Divine Destiny Center, but also to the success of the girls' transformation as well. It's always keeping them in mind. And on behalf of the girls in the community, I got to thank you, because, you just don't hear that all the time. That's not the response that wasn't what I was expecting. I'll say that. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Yes, for sure. Well, we talked about projects and events. We talked about what's next. We talked about mental health. We unloaded it.
Yes.
We unloaded it today. And in light of this conversation, Miss Kimberly and I are hosting an event, an organization collab.
Yes.
Right? Both of our organizations are collaborating on a very big event next Saturday at the C. Blythe Andrews Library at 10:30 a.m. Open to children and families 5 to 11 years old. And the purpose of this event is to really empower children through skills, not just any skills, but being mindful of the skills that you're obtaining and how it impacts everybody around you and how it contributes to society. So we're preparing for this event, and this month we're talking about skills and showing the kids the skills. What are some skills you would really like them to take away?
One of the things that, as we were talking and sharing some of the things that's going to be at the event. One of the skills I'm super excited about. Well, actually, the young lady that you spoke to about the financial literacy, which is one of the ladies that's part of our organization, and she is an accountant, but financial literacy is something that is on her heart. She really wants the children to learn what that looks like, and I'm excited for the children, but I'm excited for her as well because it is something that is so in her heart to share. But a lot of times it's going to help our kids, prepare them for the future. A lot of times you don't get into the finances that much in school like they used to. And I'm really excited about that. We don't want them, in debt. We don't want them, even when it comes, it's going to help them make wiser decisions, even when it comes to school. Like, do I want to get financial aid or, different things that they can learn with the finances. So I'm excited about that skill right there, like super excited. And the second thing I would say I'm excited about is the exercise part that we're going to be doing. Now, the reason I'm excited about that is because our kids are like this all day.
Oh, yeah.
And the only thing that's getting exercise is this thumb.
Our hands and thumbs.
That's it.
Yes.
And so I think I'm really excited to see them enjoy the physical exercising. We grew up outside, hopscotch, the hula hoop, the things that we did outside. But I'm really excited to see their reaction to that and see how they receive it. I want to see how they receive it. Like,
I know.
No iPads today? No, nothing. So I'm excited about those two things.
Yes, I am very excited as well. I'm extremely grateful that you guys decided to partner with us for this event because I think I am a part of that last generation that got any ounce of hope of outdoor time, no technology, and discipline. So I'm happy to just bring this along to my next generation and having, your guidance on it, and kind of you helping me, dropping some gems, giving me some support.
Each other,
yes, it's been amazing. So with that being said, we hope to see everybody at our event next Saturday, you guys, February 28th at the C. Blythe Andrews Library in Tampa, Florida, right there on MLK. You can find this event online if you visit our website, SpreadYourHeartOrganization.com, or you follow any of our social media channels. You can find us on all platforms, the Spread Your Heart Organization. You can also find Divine Destiny Center on all platforms. You want to go ahead and give them your website or your platform?
Yes, so the website is DivineDestinyCenter.com. Of course, Facebook and Instagram, all of that same thing, Divine Destiny Center. Definitely go out there, see some of the things that we're doing. Again, like she said, please come out. Listen, parents, bring your children out there. Let's get them physical. Let's let them in. This is really about them. This space is being created for them. So definitely bring your children. And it's free.
It's free. I didn't even mention the free. It's free. And we're bringing snacks.
So what other reason would you not show up? And go ahead and sign them up.
Sign them up, you guys. And even if you don't make this one, guess what? Try to make it to any one of our Spread Your Heart events because all of our events are about empowering one another, collabing, focusing on the next generation, and just building community wealth as a whole. So make sure you tune in to any of our events. And I did want to thank my lovely guests.
Oh, well, thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
For featuring on the Spread the Space Network. As you know, Spread the Space Network is a growing platform, a streaming service that Spread Your Heart is building. So any amount of support means a lot. And that means for the viewers, too. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channels. You give the heart. Don't just give me the thumbs up, okay? Give me the heart.
Yes.
Show some love to the platform. Drop some comments and let your folks know about us. And other than that, I think we'll see you on the next one.
Next time.